Can you even go to a coffee shop? Because we have this entire place shut down for you. Like, can you go normal places?
If I like cover up properly, it's usually like the hair. I have like a cap on and then I look like a murderer basically. And everyone's like, and I'm just like this dark thing walking around. But if I can just like cover it up, then I can.
I mean, you are sitting in front of me. You're a global superstar. But I do kind of want to go back before all of this. YG Entertainment was holding auditions and your dad encouraged you to try out. Can you talk to me about what that process was like a little bit?
I think me growing up, like even culturally, my parents, it wasn't a normal thing to like send me off to like something like that or like classes or anything like that. And so I would always just sing at home, just like on the piano. And it was like, never taken lessons before, so it was very like organic and stuff. But for him to be like, do you want to take an audition? I was like what? Me? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't have any. I'm not a great singer. Am I? I was like, am I, Dad? No.
You're like, wait, tell me again, Dad. Should I do this?
Like, what?
Yeah, but then Rosie, you go and you audition and you come in first out of thousands of people. Were you nervous going into the audition or were you like, I've got this?
No, I was like laughing because when I was like in the line, all these girls were like playing me. They're like, hi, I wrote this song. And I'm like, wow. And they'd play incredible. They were really good in my opinion. And I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. And I walk in being like, well, I'm just going to have to consider it a good experience and just have fun.
What do you think YG saw in you?
No, I have no idea. Maybe they could imagine, because I remember they were planning on making this group that eventually turned into Blackpink. And maybe I fit that category, or maybe I think like since I was from Australia, I feel like that was probably something different. And like I was from like a different area. It wasn't even from the US. And back then there weren't many foreign people in these Korean groups.
And then you get the call and you obviously get accepted. You grew up in Australia, but trainees have to live full-time in Korea to do this program. How did you feel when you found out that at 15 years old you were going to have to move to a new country alone? Like, were you scared?
No. I was just excited. I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. This is like so dramatic. I'm like leaving. I'm like, bye everyone. They're like, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know how to explain it.
You're like, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, it felt so special. and then it all just kind of was like, and then reality kicked in.
Was there a moment you can remember where it really sunk in, like, oh my God, this is happening and I'm completely alone. Like my family's gone. I'm 15 years old. Here we go.
I think it was like as soon as they dropped me off. So we got to the building and they were really nice and accommodating to like my whole family. And they showed us around like, this is a recording studio. This will be like da-da-da. And then we go to the basement where the rehearsal space was. And then they introduced me to the girls and I was like so shy and I'm like, oh my God, this is so fun, but like exciting and scary. And yeah. And then I said hi. And then I remember I turned to my parents and they were outside the room. They're like, all right, we're leaving now. And I remember being like, wait, where are you going? And they're like, well, you have to stay here and now like practice with the girls. And I remember being like, oh, and they were all watching me, so I didn't have time to process it. And then I remember they like, okay, and then they just gave me like a rough hug, and then the door closes, and I remember, so they were all looking at me, and then I rushed to the corner, so the door is at the corner. So the door closes, and then I like put my nose like on the corner, and then I just start sobbing, and then the girls all came around and like hugged me, but I was so scared, like.
Of course, at 15 years old, like, I think the most I could equate it for people in America would be if you went to boarding school as a kid, right? And you get sent away for high school and you go on this excursion for a couple years. What do you think was one of the scariest things back then that you had to like do alone for the first time without your parents once you got into the program?
I think just honestly, like understanding the culture and then realizing hierarchy and like, and having to like put yourself somewhere in, amongst all these people when I don't have any social skills yet. I think that's quite scary. It is, I guess had to do that quite early on and to start navigating, okay, who are the people here that are going to protect me? And are they going to protect me? Or is that just going to be me? And I think that's just a question that obviously potentially doesn't naturally come to a 15-year-old. And just the contrast of having like full family growing up to like none in a day.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
Do you remember a moment that you were like, oh, I thought I could trust this person and that didn't work out so well?
I think like I had trust for like everyone growing up because I mean, I grew up in Australia and like everyone's just, you have your parents as well and you're just in like school and it's protected environments and parents would take me to church and again, protected environments and my parents know everyone that's going to take care of me whenever they drop you off anywhere. But I think slowly realized with that when you're taken away from your parents, I think as a child, you just instantly realize that, oh, like I can't trust anyone until like you grow up as an adult yourself and then you know how to protect yourself. That's when you can start, you know, choosing who you can trust. But I think at that time, I feel like I probably realized like for now, I can't trust anyone.
The training process was so intense. And I think there's a lot of people that maybe aren't familiar with it. And it's essentially this 24/7 boot camp where you are training, you are doing singing, dancing, language skills, PR, stage presence. Once you got fully immersed in it and you started taking these classes, like what do you think was the biggest shock to you of all of the training that you were going through?
Well, I guess, but I went at such a young age that I didn't understand the concept of rest. And now that I'm an adult, now I realize, and then what freedom might mean. Because in the past, like I was just a child. And so like when they told me to, I'm like, okay. And then now I think about it to kind of do something like every single day, like with no time off. Like I don't remember from 16 to 20, I don't remember what like hanging out or just relaxing was. I mean, I didn't have any other friends other than the girls that I trained with as well. 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. was our training hours. And then I think it was a bit shocking that we all had to just stay in this big dance studio and this extra small studio and just share it all together. So we'd all have earphones and like iPads and just sit around and find places to like have privacy.
Right, so you kind of didn't have privacy.
We did
essentially.
Not. Yeah. Oh, and so like the only time I noticed that I was alone was when I was in the shower. So I would wake up earlier than anyone just so that I can have 30 full minutes in the shower. I remember I'd just cry because I never wanted to show anyone my tears. I don't want to look weak. And so like I remember I'd be like cry in the shower and then I'd be like, then I'd walk out and be like, I'm back.
What were you crying about?
I mean, being away from home and just, I guess, yeah. And I was just like also going through being like a teenager and everything. And so I think I remember doing that and just realizing there's no privacy whatsoever. We even shared a big, like the living room was a wardrobe because we didn't have enough space for everybody's clothes because it was the tiniest apartment back then. And so the whole living room was just clothes.
After your debut, you guys all shot to insane levels of global fame overnight. You said in an interview that freedom for you is being anonymous. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, I think I still feel that way. Freedom is like, I mean, the feeling of the opposite of the word kind of feels like, because I'm not anonymous, I guess a lot more people than before recognize me. And so it does kind of stop me from having some experiences. And so I feel like if I were to be anonymous for a day, then I would feel free to do so many fun things.
What do you think you would do? If you could, all the attention, the noise is turned off, no one knows who you are, you're allowed to go anywhere in the world, what would you do?
I would go to like the busiest place on earth and just like walk down and just
Like where? New York, Seoul?
yeah, New York, so or like any like theme park and just walk on the streets and then like I don't know, just that's what yeah. So like I still go, but like I like you know kind of have to like hide. But I'd look cute first of all. I'd dress cute.
No like scarf around your face.
None of that. I'd dress really cute, and I would go with friends. Or this is like the funniest thing. It's been my I don't know if I should say it, but like my dream for a long time is like I've always like from like when I was like I think a teenager dreamed of going to a theme park with a boyfriend.
Rosie. No.
But you know how like we kind of shade the people who are like in love in line? You know how we kind of like, ugh. But I've always wanted to try that.
You're like, I want to do those cute cringe things, like hold hands on like...
And be annoying. Yes. And have people be like, oh my God. And be like, well...
And like take cute pictures and like have no one watching you, but like have a moment where you could just be cute and corny and cheesy.
And not have to think about
anyone taking pictures. If anything, you're the only two taking pictures.
Yeah. And we're like...
Wow. I know, and how crazy. It's like the world would do anything to see you actually do that. Because they're like, who is it? Who is she with?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, oh my God, maybe you know what? Someone needs to get that for you for like a holiday. Like shut down the theme park, let you go with a boy and go and enjoy yourself. Kiss on the Ferris wheel.
I'd go home and I'd like write in my journal. Today I finally...
Dear diary.
Dear diary.
Today I went on the tilt-a-whirl and we held hands and kissed.
And kissed.
I'm happy. I'm free.
I'm free.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
I know, it's really dumb, but yeah.
It's not dumb. I think you can dream about those little things because you're also still a girl at heart and you're still normal to yourself, right? There's so much you just said that I want to unpack, but I think we should do it over some food. What do you think?
Oh, please. I've actually been really hungry this whole time.
Right? I feel like I have the best tour guide today. I'm like,
oh, yes.
Take me to get some food, Rosie.
Oh my God. There are so many things I can think of right now. And I'm really excited.